last week we saw a major shock in the World Cup qualifying phase over in Europe as Italy crash out. Now it is, of course, all boils down to this. Who's going to go through? Who's going to go home? We're taking a look next. Video today. We look forward to the World Cup qualifying campaign conclusion over in Europe, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and get your back to all things World football related, Papa Rose related, World Cup itself related, boys. We're looking forward to the World Cup, and hopefully you are too. Qatar 2022 is around the corner, but we're still trying to find ourselves who's actually going to go through to the actual tournament out in this winter. That's right, of course, the Christmas World Cup. I'm looking forward to. Hopefully you guys are too. But again, yes, today we're going to take a look at the two of the three finals. Of course, one is going to be waiting until probably June, but of course, four nations will have their Christmases or their winters decided by the result of an important, if not the most important game in their history, of course. But anyway, let's get to it. Of course, take a look at it in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, the other patrons, guys. Thank you for your love, of course, behind the scenes. So here we go. Then take a little look at how we got on last time around. Then, shall we? There was actually, I think, 5 games or 4 games. I think it was 4 games. It is a bit of a mess right now. Let's lose the hat. Yes, let's lose the bloody hat. So here comes the games that were scheduled last week. Of course, some didn't go ahead, including the Scottish one against Ukraine. That was, of course, been postponed, I think, till June. Meanwhile, Russia have been eliminated for the shenanigans, of course. They're world-affecting shenanigans as well. Poland, of course, have got a bye to the final, so they're now waiting in the wings. Wales, of course, were fantastic against Austria. Austria got a 2-1 win over them. 2-0 was my pick. And the Welsh go through. And again, the Welsh are going to be playing the waiting game now. Again, they're scheduled to take place against the winner of the Scotland versus the Ukraine game. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Sweden left it late. 1-0 winners over Czech Republic. Well done to them. Of course, Zlatan not involved. But of course, he probably could be involved if they go to Qatar 2022. Meanwhile, Italy, here they go. Shocker Rooney, 1-0 loss to North Macedonia. I thought it was going to be a comfortable win. 3-0 back-to-back World Cups now. Italy will not be involved with. And to be honest with you, I think it's a travesty. I know, there are some, especially English folks, waving the fingers at them a little bit. And yeah, I get it. Of course, they did oust you in the Euro final, and begrudgingly as well, and maybe controversially as well. But Italy, for me, needed to be at the World Cup. Of course, I love stuff like this. I really do. Upsets and all that kind of stuff. But I'd rather have seen it happen at a World Cup. And again, the World Cup is going to be cheapened, lessened without with Italy not there. But of course, it was going to be probably difficult for them to get there through anyway. But of course, because standing in the way was the winners of Portugal and Turkey. And of course, Portugal have one of, if not the ever greatest ever player in world football on their books. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. And for me, he's got to be at the World Cup. It was either going to be Italy or Portugal for me. And now, of course, this makes my decision, of course, my wants a little bit more clearer. No disrespect to North Macedonia, but I will be rooting on Portugal because I think Ronaldo needs to be at the grand stage. So there, of course, a 3-1 win in the end. No, he wasn't on the score sheet, I don't think, but a comfortable win for Portugal as they go through. That's right. Let's take a look at how you guys got on with your pickaroos then. Here you come. Well done to a lot of yours, getting 3 bins there. Russell Frost with a crazy looking name. I don't know what that's all about, but of course, Jimmy Watton's up there as well. Kevin Hansworth, Shepherd, even Jose, Sheridan, and Kyle Mucky in as well, kicking ass and taking aim with 3 out of 4 there, of course. What about the grand old scheme of things? Well, here it comes, and it's Costas K at that moment. So Frosty's score might be a little bit different, but of course, for the most part, it is pretty much right. I did spend a little bit of time cleaning it up, but it's Costas K got 5 points clear with what, 1, 2, 3, 4 games. I think to be honest with you, we might even be able to declare a winner here, and Costas K could be the winner of the Prediction League for the Euros. Of course, there's 5 points of difference. I think there's 2 plus the other 2 games, so I think there's only 4 points left. So I'm gonna declare Costas K a winner. Woo 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 Whoa. Now, of course, come the conclusion of the domestic seasons and things slow down a bit, I will go through all the leagues, hopefully the ones that we've even missed way back when, and announce the winners, and of course start sorting all that out, all that admin out. But I think Costas K is done, and again, we'll see how big a margin and all that kind of stuff is later on. But anyway, if you want to get involved, of course, you could win the next round. Of course, again, in amongst it, @WC22. It is easy, bloody peasy. So that's all we've got there. Those are the three finals: Portugal against North Macedonia, Poland against Sweden, and Wales up against, could it be Scotland, could it be Ukraine? We're going to have to wait till June, so we'll have to come back for that. So there's 3 there, 3 points there, plus the other 2, so that's 4. I think there's only 4 points. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's jump in the deep end. Of course, take a look at the first one. It is Ronaldo. It is, of course, matey boy, Pandev. That's right, Goran Pandev. Is he still playing? I think he is. Now, these two sides have played each other 2 times in 2003. One for Portugal, North Macedonia, and 1 draw, of course. Portugal coming to this, just 1 defeat at the last 6, 75% form for them, of course. As for North Macedonia, they're also coming to this, 1 defeat at the last 6, as well as 75% form for them as well. On average, Portugal scored 0.5 goals game ratio against North Macedonia, and North Macedonia have yet to score against Portugal, and of course that one only in those 2 games that they've played. Of course, last time they played each other, of course, was in Portugal. It was a 0-0 draw. That was back in May 2012. Previously, it was a 1-0 win for Portugal way back in 2003. Of course, Portugal's run-in so far, of course, includes draws against Ireland, defeats against Serbia, and a big result against Turkey. That was the last 3. As for, of course, North Macedonia, they've come into this on the back of a big, heavy defeat against Germany, but bounced back with wins against North Macedonia, against Iceland, and now Italy. Big scalp, that monster scalp for them as they look forward to this one. Take a look at the odds. The odds for this one are 5-1 on is your Portugal red hot favourites. 11-2 is your draw to drag it to at least 90 minutes. 40-1 is your away win. That is, of course, North Macedonia on this one. Again, I'd love to, I know the neutrals out there, your Messi's out there will probably back North Macedonia for this one, but I'm going to have to back Ronaldo and Portugal. I want to see him at the World Cup. I want to see him at Qatar Top 22. It's probably his last time. I know we've said this a couple of tournaments in succession now, but this would probably be his last World Cup. So let's see if they can go out in a blaze of glory, eh? 2-0 win for me for Portugal to go through to Qatar 2022. That's right. But who will join them? Will it be Poland? Will it be Sweden? Of course. Let's get into this one now, shall we? This one is very, very tight, and it could go either way. Of course, you've got Lewandowski in Poland. Do we want to see him at the grand stage? Of course, will Zlatan actually be in the mix for Qatar 2022? Should Sweden be in there? Of course, his AC Milan are doing very, very well. Of course, over in Serie A, of course, top of the table there. And of course, Lewandowski's Bayern are also doing very, very well as well. There's no question, of course, Lewandowski will be involved with Poland here and now. And of course, in Qatar 2022, should they get there. But of course, Zlatan is a different beast. He's retired a couple of times, I think. Anyway, they played each other 7 times since 1974. Just 1 win for Poland, 6 wins for Sweden, and 0 draws. Of course, just 1 defeat past 6 though for Poland right now. 67% form up against the Sweden side of 1-3 and lost 3 of the last 6. That's 50% form for them as well. Now, of course, of those 7 games, Poland have beaten them. The biggest win was just a 1-0 win. Meanwhile, the biggest win for Sweden over Poland was a 3-0 win. In fact, Sweden have scored 14 goals compared to Poland's 4 over the course of those 7 games, which works out around about 2 goals game ratio for Sweden and a 0.57 goals game ratio for the Polish. Coming at you, the last time the played that was at Euros, Euro 2021. It was a 3-2 win for Sweden. Goals galore, of course. And last time they played each other, the last one and only win for Poland. I'm trying to go back. It's going way back to 1974. It was a 1-0 for Poland, of course, in World Cup as well. Group B it was. But they won't be featuring against each other in the World Cup. They are trying to get to the World Cup. Of course, they're going to do it this way. Of course, Poland coming to this on the back of a wins over Andorra, of course, in the qualifying phase. They did lose to Hungary in the last World Cup qualifying game. And, of course, a draw with Scotland. It was a friendly. Meanwhile, of course, Sweden coming to this on the back of losses against Georgia and Spain, but bounced back with an extra time win against the Czech Republic just the other day. So it's quite tight there. Let's look at the odds here. Poland 11-8 for the victory. 11-5 is your Sweden and 2-1 is your draw. So the bookies are going with the Polish on this one. I'm actually on the fence. I don't know. Of course, Lewandowski, they've got. I like him. He's a credible player. And of course, Poland. When you're drawn against them in a group or in the knockout stages, you just don't know. Poland can beat anybody. But of course, with Sweden, for me, I'd love to see Zlatan go to the World Cup in Qatar 2022. But is that enough for Sweden to go the distance? I don't know. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for the Poles here. Surprise, surprise. Backing with the bookies on this one, and they will join Ronaldo in my eyes and Portugal in Qatar 2022. Meanwhile, of course, Wales will play the weighted game. They'll taking on, of course, either Scotland or Ukraine, and we'll find out in June, I think, maybe. I don't know. We just don't know. But, of course, we'll have to find out about that. Get involved, of course, with the Pickaroos. Well, that's for something for another day. But, of course, what I want to let you know is I am planning to do a live reaction draw to the World Cup draw, which will, of course, take place this Friday, April the 1st. I'll be here right now where you see me. And, of course, we'll look at have a quick insight as to the teams that have qualified for the World Cup. And, of course, the question marks that still remain. I think there'll be an intercontinental qualifying campaign. There might be some other playoffs, of course, that need to be decided. So there might be a couple of spots still to be decided. But, of course, we will go in head all deep, whatever, elbow deep, whatever you want to call it, for the World Cup draw on Friday, April the 1st. I'll be there, so hopefully you'll be there too. So make sure you smash the subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell as well. Hopefully, of course, your nation's already there, because mine are. There's Germany's there, and maybe Scotland can join them. We'll see all about that. Anyway, but until then, see you soon. Smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. See you soon for the next one. Until then, we are done for now.